Welcome back to 67's Hockey on Rogers TV. The players are back on the ice. We're just about ready to get started with second period action. It's anybody's game between Ottawa and North Bay in this one. It feels like the first goal could change a lot. Now to get you ready for the game, here are the incomparable duo of Dan Mooney and Colin Zappia.
Well, it could be like road hockey, Zap. Next goal wins.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. I mean, we haven't even started the second period. How about we just get one first, and then we'll see what happens. But that first goal is certainly very important, and the 67's definitely want to get that one. So hopefully they push for it here to start this second period, get off to a real solid start.
And the longer we go scoreless, the more importance that goal takes on, especially in a battle like this for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference of the Ontario Hockey League. 67 starting with their number one unit, Jack Dever, Luca Pinelli, and Nick Whitehead. And up front, it will be Andrew LeBlanc, Ethan Procession, and Jacob Therrien on the far side for North Bay. A lot of hype for this one, and after the first 20 minutes, it's certainly living up to it. Here's Whitehead, sharp angle shot, looking for the short side, missed. Horner plays it into the corner. Pinelli let it go. Dever knocks his man. Whitehead gets the puck back to the line, kept alive there by Mayich. No, the 67's forced to clear the zone, give up possession of the puck. Ride, far side for Jacob LeBlanc. Procession chips it into the Ottawa zone in deep. Nelson leaves it there for Horner. Up the right wing, or the left wing side. Loose play forces the 67's into a defensive posture as Therrien moves the puck back to the line, but there to intercept that pass, it's Pinelli for Whitehead. Whitehead drops it back to the 67's captain. Pinelli moves in and fired that one high on the stick side wide. Back to the line. Mayich plays it in. Procession works on it with Whitehead. Andrew LeBlanc sends it up the middle. Procession to the line, moves in. Puck ends up rolling right to Jaden Nelson, and he'll hold on for a face-off with 1:06 gone here in the second period.
Well, what a start this would have been to the second period. Watch Luca Pinelli here dance through the defense of the North Bay Battalion and then just fires that one up and over the net. Here's the reverse look for it. You see that quick release off the stick of Pinelli. What a great move he made around Ethan Precision. Captain versus captain, and the 67's captain took that battle.
Well, I think Pinelli had a bit of an advantage forward against forward in a defensive spot. Pinelli's going to win that one most times.
Especially with the speed he had coming across the blue line.
Brady sent that one in front. It was intercepted. Ekberg brought it to center to the North Bay line. Foster held up. Wellenreiter. Greer rides Ekberg out of the play. Puck still loose in the far corner. Wilson moves it up. Rink wide pass. Liram Amadovsky stopped in front of the Ottawa bench. Foster forced to bring it back out. 67's making changes. Morelli. There's Foster. Tripped up. Penalty coming to the North Bay Battalion. Deitch. Far side, Morelli. Back for Deitch. The extra attacker on the ice. And Deitch with a loose play allows Wellenreiter to touch it up, and he'll go into the penalty box for tripping, giving the 67's their second power play opportunity of the hockey game.
And this is a real important one with fresh ice. And they didn't really have much going on that first one. Here you'll see the trip right there by Wellenreiter. Trips up Ekberg as he tried to make his way into the offensive zone. Both teams going 0 for 1 in the first period with the man advantage. Now Ottawa with a huge chance to take the lead.
Foster, Giroir, and Ekberg up front for Ottawa with Mayich and Pinelli on the points. Clean win by the North Bay Battalion. And Weigel slaps the puck down the ice. Mayich being bothered there by Procession. Now Mayich will start up for Ottawa, trying to gain control inside the North Bay zone, but they're having difficulty getting out of their own. Pinelli into the middle. Ends up going rink wide. Foster plays it up the boards, and Manzo gets it to the Ottawa line. Ekberg. Far side, Foster spinning away to move the puck beyond center ice with this man advantage. They play it into the zone and off the boards, down the ice, and icing called against the 67's, and you can almost see the steam coming out of Dave Cameron's ears.
Well, he's trying to calm down Matthew Mayich. I'm not too sure what happened, but Mayich was not happy when he was trying to come out of the zone. I don't know if he got slashed or what happened, but he was chatting with the referee, even with the puck on his stick, as he was trying to make his way out of the defensive zone. But he's got to let that stuff go. This game too important to lose your focus on a non-call or any other type of little chintzy hit. You've got to keep focus on the task at hand, and that is getting 2 points in regulation. You don't want to let North Bay get any points out of this one.
Ekberg moves it into the middle. Foster over the line. Pinelli off the sideboards, then keeps it in at the line, but has it roll off the end of his stick. Pinelli once again. He'll carry it in for the 67's. Breaks inside. There's going to be another penalty to Laird as the 67's will have a two-man advantage. That shot right on. Blocker stopped by McIver, and the rebound played by Ride. But for the next 43 seconds, it'll be 5-on-3 in favor of the Ottawa 67's.
Well, now a huge opportunity. 43 seconds of 5-on-3 time. And the 67's are going to take a timeout here, realizing the importance of this power play. 5-on-3. Norm Milley is going to diagram what he wants his guys to do. There you see the two men in the penalty box for the Battalion. You see Weigel, Ride, and Precision on the ice. They look to be the three players who will come out to try and kill off this two-man advantage.
So North Bay takes their timeout to keep their number one PK unit out there. So for the next 43 seconds or less, the 67's have a wonderful opportunity to open the scoring in this one.
Yeah, now that was a timeout, Ottawa, is what I heard on the ice from the referee.
Well,
did they announce something else in-house? Is that what I missed? But I'm pretty sure that was what the referee said, that there was a timeout, Ottawa.
Here's Pinelli, near side. Mayich, top of the circle, down low for Whitehead, back for Mayich. Pinelli, not a lot of movement. Pinelli, the one-timer, fired that one high and wide. Off the end glass, settled down by Matthew Mayich. Here's Mayich across for Pinelli, down low for Foster. Back for Pinelli, Foster. Sharp angle, forced back. Little backhand saucer to Foster. Pinelli, all the way across. Mayich, the one-timer, that one blocked in front by Bronson Ride. Rebound right to Foster. Here's Pinelli. Foster missed on the one-time attempt. Procession fires the puck up the middle, the length of the ice. 1:15 left to go. 67's on the power play, but the two-man advantage is over. Wellenreiter with the steal into the middle. Andrew LeBlanc, his weak one, steered into the corner by Jaden Nelson. Andrew LeBlanc moves it back. Bronson Ride finds a lane and feeds it the length of the ice. 53 seconds remaining in the Ottawa power play.
Well, they had the play set up. The play was to go to Luca Pinelli on the one-timer. He got a few shots through, but Mike McIver bested them during that 5-on-3, and now there's 35 seconds to go on this second penalty.
Foster wins the battle for the puck. Mayich has it, throws it up the middle, intercepted by Bronson Ride. Back the other way come the Battalion. Over the Ottawa line, Ride sends that one through off the stick of Pinelli. He was looking for Lara Mamadovsky. Whitehead for Pinelli. Pinelli Backhands it in, Whitehead. Centering pass off a stick right to Ekberg. Moves that into the front of the goal. Brady couldn't get the shot away. Plays it back to the point for Morelli into the slot. Kingwell for Whitehead. Again, 67's couldn't shoot. Ekberg fired that one. Loose puck. McIver able to sprawl and hold on.
Are you kidding me with that save? Mike McIver sprawled on the ice. Somehow manages to find the puck. Watch the 67's move it around. There's the long shot. And you see Kingwell in there digging for. Watch the overhead now. Oh, we're not going to go to the overhead just yet. Hopefully we do. There's the shot from the corner camera. But on the overhead, you would see Mike McIver just swimming around in the crease and somehow manages to get that left arm on it and cover it up.
I believe Dominic Hasek perfected that fish in the boat style.
Yeah, started it and perfected it. He was unbelievable. One of the most athletic goaltenders. Crazy. He didn't need a stick. He used to throw it. I don't need this. I'm just going to use everything else.
Avila fired that one toward the net. Off a stick, near corner, Wilson. Wilson tied up there by Hubin. Puck still loose. Up the board, Shamar Moses has his pocket picked. Hubin has the puck stolen from him. Weigel tried to go up the middle, intercepted by Morelli. Brady up for Baras. Moses bothering him. And offside called at the North Bay line. 13:58 left to go here in the second period of a scoreless hockey game. Oh, chips in the pantry, cold ones in the fridge.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Rogers TV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
Unbelievable. You just never see that. Oh, what a shot. Scores!
The OHL on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to the arena at TD Place in the nation's capital. 13:58 left to go in the second period of a scoreless hockey game. Dan Mooney, Colin Zappia, Rowan McCarthy, and our entire Rogers TV crew so pleased to have you along for the ride. And a face-off outside the North Bay zone, won by the Battalion, and Jacob LeBlanc has it. Fires it up the boards. Terrien moves it into the middle, but the 67's control. Dever. Back for Mayich, and a penalty coming here to the 67, so North Bay will go on the man advantage as Chase Yanni goes off for roughing.
Jacob Terrier took a hit, or delivered a hit to Chase Yanni. Yanni didn't like it, and then gave him the stick. You'll see it right here. Here's the contact on the boards, and then Yanni just chops him down. Referees both saw it. They both had their arm up in the air. And actually,
both of them
Terrier is going in the penalty box as well. Now, I don't know if this is a result of a roughing or if they deemed it to be a diving call or an embellishment. We'll have to wait for the official announcement.
Lots of room out there. Team skating 4-on-4. Here's Foster trying to weave his way into the middle. Puck scooped up by Ride. Mayich does a nice job to keep it alive, moves in. Looking sharp angle. Hangs on. Comes back to the line for Horner. Horner let it come beyond the blue line, so the 67's called on the offside.
Yeah, tough pass for Horner to handle as that took a bounce off the boards just inside the blue line, and he wasn't able to keep it in. So you have a look at Lira Mavidovsky heading off after his shift. Lots of room out there now playing 4-on-4.
Dever against Potsy. Puck in the skates of Brady. Stood there, and the 67's control. Brady sends Kingwell in deep. Kingwell, Dever up front. Morelli and Brady on the points for the 67's. Ignat Potsy trying to get it past Dever. Moses able to get the puck to center to Frankie Morelli for the 67's. Morelli spinning away from Moses. Here's Morelli, carries it over the North Bay line, finds Kingwell on the off wing. He moves it back to the point. Brady couldn't settle it to get the shot away. Takes it in deep, centering pass for Kingwell, and it's steered away. The Battalion start back. Jacob LeBlanc, his shot. Deflected off the end boards. He gets the rebound, moves it to the far side for Shamar Moses. Moses spins away from Kingwell, moves it back to the line, just beyond the reach of Dever. Puck comes loose, and the 67 send it to center. Knocked down by Manzo. Manzo across for Jacob LeBlanc. Over the Ottawa line. In comes Shamar Moses. Got Potsy with him. Moses fired that one from well out. Easily handled by Nelson. He left it for Matthew Mayich. 67's want to change, so Mayich will try and kill off as much time. Horner off the bench. Picks it up at center. Inside the zone. Dropped it off for Pinelli. Now Pinelli gets it back in deep for Horner. Centering past Mayich at the goal post. Here's Foster. At the North Bay line, Weigel steals it, gets it up for Procession. Nice play by Therrien to get it in deep. Procession picks up the loose puck. Back to the near point for Ride. All the way across Manzo into the middle. Therrien's shot stopped by Nelson. Another chance in front. Procession turned away by number 32 in the barber pole.
Good recovery stop there by Nelson. Had to get back in position quickly and made a good stop.
And a good stop at the other end by McIver to thwart Pinelli. There's a chance out in front. Pinelli thought there might be a body out there, but he's able to keep it alive. Mayich down low for Deach. Deach spinning away from the check of Manzo, goes to the far point, comes across. Here's Pinelli. Can't get the shot away. Weigel was in the way. Foster back to the point once again. Deach for Mayich, the one-timer off the catching glove of McIver. Foster back to the point. Deach keeps it alive, has some space. Deach trying to get the forehand away, but Therrien checked his stick. Here's Deach once again. Into the middle, Whitehead off the bench. The one-timer missed, blocked partially by Bronson Ride. Here's Ride up the left wing boards. Tried to feed it up the ice, didn't work. Stolen by Whitehead. He's forced wide, and that shot off a stick wide of the target. Gerrois holding it up against the wall. Back to the point. Avila gets it down deep. Here's Whitehead with it in the corner, looking for a pass. Gets it back to the line. Avila for Morelli off the bench. His shot right on, kicked out by McIver. The rebound cleared to the line, but not out. 67's with another opportunity. Here's Gerrois moving in, trying to get around Ride. Forced near side, off the boards, back for Brady. He goes far side for Morelli. Brady back up the middle. Brady trying to skate away from Smith. Moved that out in front, and Procession doing a good job as a centerman, getting back in a defensive position to block that centering pass.
Well, this has got to be a tired group of Battalion on the ice. The 67's made a switch. I'll let you take this here.
Here's Therrien moving in. Can't get it past Nelson. Loose puck scooped up by Brady, and he'll slow down the pace a little.
Well, Ottawa was buzzing in the offensive zone, and they had North Bay pinned in there for a while. They couldn't get a change. And then you saw the breakaway there from Therrien. And he might have been a bit tired, but made a pretty good move, although Nelson did him one better.
Wilson off the boards. Barlas, nice pass up for Kingwell. He's forced wide, and his shot off a stick and the end glass. Horner pinching in. Moves it out for Barlas. Can't tee up the pass. Puck knocked off his stick, and it's picked up by Greer. Pass up the middle. Looking for Ryder Carey. Carey in on the forecheck. He's got a tag up. The Battalion called on the delayed offside. Carey tried to spin and fire it back in. Kingwell drops it back for Mayich. Mayich up the left wing boards for Chris Baras over the North Bay line inside the zone. Foster centering pass just beyond the reach of Kingwell. And Mike McIver again there providing some really defensive support for the North Bay forwards. Potsy pinches it in, goes in after it. Spins away from the check of Mayich. Potsy, centering pass interrupted by Pinelli. Wellenrider in there. Can't advance. Mayich trying to hold it up. Amadovsky unable to make a play in the 67s. Get it outside of their own zone. Pinelli, far side for Foster. Foster plays it in deep. Puck intercepted, and Potsy breaks up the middle for the Battalion. Feeds it in and heads to the bench for fresh legs. Caleb Deach, far side, Ekberg, pass up the middle for Cooper Foster. Foster on the off wing, moves in, and he's cut off there by Bronson Rye.
We're going over 6 minutes now without a face-off. The pace very frenetic right now as Ottawa really swarming in the offensive zone.
Deach hits the goal post and the rebound, bouncing in the blue paint for McIver to hang on to it.
Well, some real good chances for the 67s. Matthew Mayich hit the post not too long ago. And then this last one here, long shot from the point. Caleb Deach goes off the post. And McIver there to cover up, and North Bay had a chance of their own as Terrian went in all alone on Jaden Nelson. Made a pretty good move to the forehand, but Nelson followed him the whole way. And they were not able to get one by either goaltender.
They had a lot of success a week ago against the Niagara Ice Dogs with some scoring from the blue line, and they need that if they're going to be successful going further.
From the blue line and from some of the other forwards kind of down the depth chart. They need secondary scoring for sure if this team is going to make the playoffs.
Weigel with possession for the Battalion. He starts out. Goes up the right wing side looking for Parker Vaughn, tipped by Avila. Avila gains possession, sends it around the boards to the near side, and Giroir springs Nick Whitehead. Whitehead with Hubin at the blue line. Whitehead puts on the brakes, goes rink wide. There's a chance for Will Giroir, and he fired it high and wide. Here's Morelli, throws that one toward the net and missed on the stick side of Mike McIver.
Yeah, that was a tip play right there. Morelli saw a couple of his teammates going towards the net and tried to get a hard, low pass across for a tip.
Here's a chance. Whitehead centering pass into the skates of Brady. He tries to throw it out in front. Hits a couple of skates. Another chance broken up there by Shamar Moses. Moses starting away at the Ottawa line. Comes left wing side. Weigel's shot right into the glove hand of Jaden Nelson. 5 minutes, 53 seconds left to go in a scoreless hockey game. Wow, left to go in the second period. We got lots more coming.
Next time on An Hour to Give, you're going to hear from Dr. Rebecca Auer. She's going to tell the incredible story of research at the Ottawa Hospital. Join us then for An Hour to Give.
My OHL is a place to talk. So Talk Today has a number of elements. First and foremost, we support the players. We provide mental health and awareness training and suicide prevention training to them. And we have a coach that's in every one of our branches that supports an OHL team. And in years to come, these individuals that are playing in the OHL now will be great mental health champions.
There's the North Bay bench as they had the last shot on net. Had Jaden Nelson as they came down 3-on-2. The puck comes out wide to Zach Weigel. He just gets a wrister right into the glove of Jaden Nelson. 10 shots on the board for the Battalion, 16 on the shot clock for the 67's.
Manzo had it hop over his stick, and the Battalion forced back to center. Brad Horner with it for the 67s, plays it across for Mayich, up the left wing side. Barlas, little flipper off the skate of Andrew LeBlanc. Therrien brings the puck all the way back into the North Bay zone. Kapajaritis all the way across. Puck ends up on the stick of Andrew LeBlanc. He tries to go rink wide. Horner intercepts that, and Kingwell moves in. Fired that one. It's blocked, and Kapajaritis picks it up. Up the left wing boards, nobody home, and comes to Brad Horner. All the way across, Mayich sends it in off the end glass. Near corner, Kapajaritis. Tied up there by Barlas. Kingwell in there as well, along with Precision. Puck comes to Manzo. Nice pass up the middle for Andrew LeBlanc. He has the puck knocked off his stick, and then it's chopped back into the Ottawa zone. Matthew Mayich drops it there for Caden Kelly. Kelly moving in, fired that one, blocked by Manzo. Hubin tried to take it in, and it's picked up by Amadovsky. Moves in, fired that one right on. And Nelson, right up at the edge of the blue paint to cut the angle down. Hangs on for another face-off inside the Ottawa zone.
Well, Ottawa's got to be careful. They had both defensemen up the ice. You see Chris Barlas there on the back check as Amadovsky came through the neutral zone and across the blue with a good head of steam. Cut to the middle, got good wrist shot off, but not able to beat Jaden Nelson as Amadovsky looking for his 16th of the season.
And both teams looking to get on the board here in a scoreless hockey game. 4:28 left to go here in period number 2. Pinelli on the near side. Little backhand saucer off a stick. Ride plays that up for Potsy. He loses control. Here's Pinelli. Picks up the loose puck. Moves in. Morelli fired that one off the leg of Greer into the far corner. Another centering pass. Ekberg has it. Moves it back to the point. Brady couldn't settle the puck down to get the shot away. Pinelli back out in front. Off the stick of Ekberg. Wellenreiter finds Potsy. Far side, Amadovsky puts on the brakes. Puck ends up on the stick of Morelli. He kicks it up for Cooper Foster. Foster over the North Bay line. Foster stops, leaves it for Frankie Morelli. His centering pass, Pinelli out in front. Ekberg scores! The 67's lead it 1-0.
Well, they make a change. They put Pinelli up with Foster and Ekberg, and it pays off. Ekberg just went to the net, gets his 11th of the season. Watch here as Foster gives it to Morelli, goes to the middle to Pinelli, and that pass goes off the stick of Bronson Ride. It fools Mike McIver, and you see him down a little bit early, and Ekberg had a wide open net to poke that puck across the goal line and give the 67's a 1-0 lead.
Puck not dropped fairly, so they'll do it all over again. As Colin mentioned, Philip Ekberg's 11th of the season from Luca Pinelli and Cooper Foster at 16:25 of period number 2. The only goal of the hockey game thus far. And do the 67's go into a more defensive posture here, Zap, or do they keep their foot on the gas?
They got to keep their foot on the gas. They're playing well offensively and defensively. They got to keep going. There's too much time here to start playing a defensive-only game.
Back out in front, through the skates of Nolan Laird, picked up by Whitehead. He goes rink wide for Giroir. Little feed up in the middle. Hubin's backhand turned aside by McIver. Play in the near corner. 67's dig it out. Laird moves it up for Smith. Smith moved it into the middle. Mayich with a loose pass, scooped up by Horner. Played to the North Bay line. Greer to the open wing. The chip there by Ryder Carey into the Ottawa zone. North Bay will change. 67's trying to catch them. Mayich over the Battalion line. Moses bumps with Barlas. Kingwell tries to dig it loose. Greer plays it up the boards. It's knocked down by Horner, and the 67's forced back. Dever across for Mayich to center. He sends it right back in. Greer. Tipped up ice by Parker Vaughan. Deep into the Ottawa zone. Vaughan couldn't control. Mayich trying to hold it up. Minute 55 remaining here in the second period. Kingwell clears the zone. Sean Kingwell over the line, has the puck knocked off his stick. Vaughan tries to spring Weigel. He's held up on the left wing side, and Baras scoops up the puck. Horner for Jack Dever with some speed over the North Bay line. Shot looking top shelf, stick side, and a blocker save by McIver. Manzo at the Ottawa line, drops that off. Rink-wide pass for Procession, knocks the puck down, finds Andrew LeBlanc in behind the Ottawa net. He circles, another shot there right along the ice by Vaughan, turned aside by Jaden Nelson.
And Josh Brady right there to clear the puck out of harm's way into the corner. Now Luca Pinelli with it, taking control.
Cooper Foster up the left wing boards. He's got Baras off the bench. Puts on the brakes. Drops it down low for Brady. He's trying to spin away from the check of Jacob LeBlanc. Puck ends up on the stick of Baras. Baras into the middle. Foster with a shot right on, and McIver came across beautifully, watching that play like a hawk. Horner in neutral ice. Moves it across. Mayich carries it in. 33 seconds remaining in the period. Mayich in the corner. Centering pass out in front for Ekberg. And nice left pad stop by McIver to turn him away. 67's coming back again. 3-on-2. Here's a chance. Ekberg scores! Philip Ekberg! His second goal of the period, and the 67's lead this 2-0.
Well, after a massive stop by Mike McIver, Philip Ekberg comes right back with 17.3 on the clock in the second period. Watch right here, nice little pass by Luca Pinelli. Great move. McIver has no chance on that one, as Ekberg has lots of speed and beats him right there. You see McIver sliding too far to the left. And Ekberg gives the 67's a 2-0 lead on his second of the night.
And Pinelli with the presence of mind to find the open man. That shot from Amadovsky knocked down by Nelson and played back out in front again. And Wellenreiter with a chance in front, but in a little too close on the 67's goal. Nelson was there and had the answer once again.
And now discipline's going to be extra important for the 67's, as they don't want to give the Battalion any chance with the man advantage. You'll see here after that play, Wellenreiter in there, as is Amadovsky. Avila Deitch, the defenseman there, clearing everybody out. And no penalties coming as a result of that. Still 6.6 seconds on the clock. Lots of time for the Battalion. If they can win this draw, they'll have a chance to get a shot on net on Jaden Nelson.
Amadovsky right to Ponce off the draw, blocked by Morelli. Amadovsky centering pass, bouncing puck. Greer couldn't settle it down. The horn sounds, and the second period is in the books. 2 goals by Philip Ekberg, and that's the difference right now.
Well, Dave Cameron makes the change. He puts Luca Pinelli with Foster and Ekberg, and immediately it pays dividends as they get 2 goals out of that line and take a 2-0 lead into the second intermission. And that's huge for Ottawa now, as North Bay has a very big hill to climb with the way the 67's are playing in all facets of this game.
Well, you'll see Ottawa go into a more defensive set with a 2-goal lead in that third period to at least try and protect it as long as they can. Expect the North Bay Battalion to come in heavy to begin the third period. Shots on goal in that second period by the 67's, 12 for a two-period total of 22, and by the Battalion, just 7 for a 40-minute total of 13. Right now, let's go down to ice level once again. Here's Rowan McCarthy.
Thank you very much, Dan. I'm joined by Philip Ekberg. Philip, 2 goals in the period for you. Your first 2-goal game in your OHL career. How does that feel?
I mean, it feels really good. Also, when it's such an important game for us, we pushing for playoffs, and we really want to win this, so it's super nice.
You mentioned it. This is a bit of a do-or-die game for you guys. How does that change the way the game is played on the ice?
I mean, of course, both teams want to win to 100%, and I mean, it's a little harder and a little tougher, but it's those games you want to play, and I love to play those games. So.
Well, you guys are racing for the playoffs, as you mentioned. What does your team need to do to make the playoffs at the end of the season?
I mean, just keep going what we've been doing like the last few weeks, and just keep going. And we're a good team, so like if we keep going, we will end up there.
And that was a great period from your team. You outshot North Bay by a lot, got a ton of chances. You finally get on the board. So what do you want to see in the third period as you have the 2-goal lead?
I mean, just play a little bit more safer, because we have it in our own hands. If we just don't let it go in, we have the win. So just keep going.
All right, well, thank you very much, Philip. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
That was Philip Ekberg of the Ottawa 67's. After 2 periods of play, Ottawa has the lead thanks to Ekberg. 2-0 is the score. 67's ahead in this one. We'll be back shortly with more 67's hockey on Rogers TV.
Culligan Water has been the Ottawa region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Where will you win?
The opening tip. We're underway. Here is Prince.
This is slow. Canada. The NBA title is yours.
As we welcome a new era. Where will you hear the story?
Right to the rim with a slam dunk.
Catch the highlights. Dive into takes.
It spins.
Where will you be when? Right here. Raptors basketball. Nothing but Sportsnet.
Hey everybody, my name is Karn. I'm here with my best friends Shane and Monique. Join us on Rogers TV for Fitness Faction. Every week we're going to take you through a full body workout. We've got strength training, we've got cardio, we've got HIIT. Ladies, let's get back into it.
I think we've got 10 more skaters. Let's go.
When I was diagnosed with Guillain-Barré syndrome, I was deteriorating in front of everybody.
All my life I lived with sickle cell. I went through a tragic crisis that put me in a coma for 3 weeks. While I was in there, I received a lot of blood to put me in a healthier state.
I was given the plasma then through IVIG. Even though that happened so long ago, it still has a massive impact on me today.
Thanks to donors, I can live another life.
Because of you, I will be seeing my grandchild.
Join us for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, Sunday nights at 8 o'clock, right here on Rogers TV.
We finished off last week to talk about how Penalties came to.
Welcome back to 67's hockey on Rogers TV. Ottawa has the 2-0 lead after the second period of play, and I'm joined by Colin Zappia. Colin, this is do or die hockey. It's the closest we're going to get to playoff hockey this season, and Ottawa seems to be rising to the challenge.
Well, it's a playoff game for the 67's. Every game forward now. They've got to keep winning and winning. As North Bay's been on a good stretch lately, and now they're 5 points behind, and they have no choice but to win these games. And really, they can't allow North North Bay to get any points in this one at all. They've got to close that gap. They're down 5 points. They win this one, it's down to 3. Then a big game on Sunday against Windsor.
Right, and you mentioned the points, but I also think you look back on that game from last week against North Bay that they ended up losing, and it hurts because these are 4-point games. These are the only games where you have an opportunity to gain 2 points and take 2 away from the opponent you're against.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these are must-win games. They knew that going in, and they came out pretty good in that first period. Both teams, I thought, had a good first period. They went back and forth, but I thought in the middle frame, Ottawa really took it to them. They were able to pin North Bay in the offensive zone for long periods of time, and that really led to those 2 goals by Philip Ekberg.
Well, we'll get to Ekberg in a minute, but talk about Mike McIver. I mean, despite allowing 2 goals, phenomenal period from him. Just looks amazing.
Yeah, he made some really key stops there for his team, but Ottawa found a way to beat him. And the first one it was a bit of a funky bounce, and we talked about that in the opening, that Ottawa has been a victim of those kind of bounces all season long, and they were fortunate enough to get a bounce that led to that first Ekberg goal.
It also feels classic, though. You have a game like this where the chances are great. You've got the one-timer miss by Foster, all kinds of chances, and the one that goes in first is just a goofy little bounce.
Yeah, weird one. I mean, they hit a couple posts as well. Mayich hit one, and Deitch hit the post as well. So finally, the bounces are going the way for the 67's, and now they've got a big 2-goal lead in what might be their most important period of the season.
Well, we'll come back to Ekberg now because obviously first year here in the OHL, he's a rookie. He's done a great job adapting, and he's got some great offensive potential. He's shown it there just on those 2 goals. He knows where to be.
Yeah, he's got to be put with the right guys, and they finally did that in the second period. I wondered how long it was going to take Dave Cameron to put Pinelli with Foster and Ekberg, and they finally did it. And it paid off right away. And you can see the confidence that Ekberg has playing with a guy like Luca Pinelli and then with a guy like Cooper Foster. They get those 2 goals. Now they've got to keep pressing in the third period. They can't go into that defensive shell because North Bay will come at them, and they've got to know that North Bay is coming at them hard in this last period.
Well, and to add to that, I think the 67's have looked at their best when they're controlling the puck, when they're playing with speed and moving it around. If you're North Bay, what's your formula in the third here? Because obviously they'd love to win this one and really potentially put the dagger in the 67.
Well, they've got to start skating. They don't have much pace coming through the neutral zone, and they're not getting it on the forecheck. Ottawa is able to get out of the defensive zone fairly easily. We haven't seen North Bay spend too much time in the offensive zone for consistent periods of time. They've been in there a few times, but they're not getting those second and third opportunities. Ottawa's doing a really good job of clearing the front of the net, clearing pucks out of harm's way, and not allowing North Bay to get those second and third opportunities. So Ottawa's got to do the same thing in period number 3, but North Bay really has to put a push on, come through the neutral zone with a lot of speed, and get in on forecheck hard if they're going to win this game.
Well, and Ottawa's got a whole bunch of guys who are used to some of these do-or-die scenarios. You talk about Mayich, you talk about Foster, you talk about Pinelli. All these guys have extensive playoff experience with Ottawa. So what do you imagine the messages for them in that locker room right now? What are they telling their teammates?
Well, just stay the course. They can't get too high, can't get too low. They've got to treat this like a playoff game. It's so important now in the third period to stay disciplined, not allow North Bay to get under your skin and take those undisciplined penalties like we saw in that second period. Chase Yanni, I didn't like the play that he had because the North Bay player ended up getting a roughing call. So the 67's potentially could have had a power play on that one, but it was taken away by that slashing call from Yanni. So they've got to remain super disciplined, super focused as well. They can't get running around. They've got to put pucks in smart areas and just keep making good plays.
All right, well, we'll see exactly what the 67's do coming up in the third. They are up 2-0 over the North Bay Battalion in this one, in what could be, as Colin said, the biggest game of the year for both these teams. The score, as I mentioned, 2-0 for Ottawa after 2 periods of play. We'll be back with more 67's hockey on Rogers TV.
Culligan Water has been the Ottawa region's trusted source for drinking water systems, water softeners, and problem water solutions for over 85 years. Cleaner, better water for you and your household is easy and more convenient than ever. Culligan, your one-stop shop for all things water.
Hey, Culligan! With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we're looking at agility skating.
Edge control is crucial to developing overall skating skills. Keep the knees over the toes with feet together, with both skates on the ice. Use the inside and outside edges to slalom using tight, sharp turns, pushing through the heels. Do the same movement backwards, this time pushing through the balls of the feet. Weaving on one leg allows players to feel the inside and outside edges of their skates. Create propulsion and speed by putting weight on and off the glide leg. When weaving backward, it's necessary to place pressure more on the toe in order to maintain balance versus pushing pressure on the heel when going forward.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Hey everybody, my name is Karen. I'm here with my best friends Shane and Monique. Join us on Rogers TV for Fitness Faction. Every week we're going to take you through a full body workout. We've got strength training, we've got cardio, we've got HIIT. Ladies, let's get back into it.
I think we've got 10 more skaters. Let's go.
Welcome back to 67's Hockey on Rogers TV. Here is the second period scoring summary. Ottawa up 2-0, and it's all because of Philip Ekberg. He picked up his 11th of the year at 11:25 of the second period. The assist to Luca Pinelli and Morelli. The second goal by Ekberg comes at 14:43. The assist also to the captain, Luca Pinelli, on that one. The shots that period, 12-7 in favor of Ottawa for a two-period total of 22-13. And now let's have a look at both goals scored during the period. You see on the first one, as we discussed with Colin, it's a bit of a weird bounce. Giroir, good job delaying, feeds it off there to Morelli, cross ice, and it just bounces from Pinelli to Ekberg, who shoves it in the back of the net. The second goal, turnover in the neutral zone. Pinelli, nice little pass, finds Ekberg, backhand forehand, and into the back of the net, beating McIver to make it 2-0. That's where we stand right now after two. Philip Ekberg, the difference maker for Ottawa right now. They lead by 2 after 40 minutes of play. We'll be back with more 67's Hockey on Rogers TV.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Unscripted, uninterrupted coverage of events by Canada's business leaders, visionaries, and social figures. Watch Podium exclusively on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we look at the saucer pass.
The saucer pass is a great skill to be used when an obstacle, such as a stick or a player, is on the ice taking away the passing lane. Let's take a look on how to master this skill. A difficult pass to master, the saucer pass requires the puck to fly through the air and then land flat on the ice.
Very good.
The puck starts on the heel of the blade with the face open. The puck is then rolled along the blade, spinning the puck, so it stays flat in the air when it lands on the ice.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Welcome back to 67's Hockey on Rogers TV. Here's the out-of-town scoreboard. Oshawa and Brantford tied at 2 in the second period. Winner of that one takes the top spot in the East. 3-1 is Sarnia's lead over Kitchener in the second. Saginaw up 2-1 in their game. Brampton in the last game up 3-1 also in the second period. Here inside the arena at TD Place, the score 2-0, excuse me. The Ottawa 67's up over the North Bay Battalion. When we come back, we'll have more 67's Hockey on Rogers TV.
Join me, holistic chef Daniela Croco, for season 4 of Simply Cooking by Chef, right here on Rogers TV.
This week on Canada Files, Dr. Samantha Nutt, a physician, humanitarian, and founder of War Child Canada and War Child USA, which works to help victims of conflict around the world.
With clubs, leagues, and courts in every province and territory across Canada, squash is the sport for wall-to-wall fun, fitness, and friendship. From coast to coast to coast. Learn to play and you'll want to do it every day. Squash. Play inside the box.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Let's talk about one-timers.
A difficult skill to perfect, the one-timer is an effective shot to use before the defense has an opportunity to set up. Set up facing the pass and sideways to the target. Time the backswing so the downward swing begins as the puck approaches. Transfer the weight from the back leg to the stick to the front leg. Lock the wrists as the stick comes into contact with the ice just behind the puck. Snap the wrists on contact with the puck. Keep the blade face closed to keep the puck down and hard. If closer to the net, eliminate the backswing and use a sweeping motion with the face of the blade open to get the puck up quickly.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
20 miles to go here. The 67's with a 2-goal advantage headed into the third period. Dan Mooney, Colin Zappia, Rowan McCarthy, and our entire Rogers TV crew. So pleased to have you along for the ride as play is underway once again here in the nation's capital.
20 miles for 20 smiles is what they say.
Baras on the left wing side plays it in. Kingwell centering pass out in front off the heel of the stick of Bronson Ride. North Bay clears the puck in deep. Potsy lets it go. Wellenreiter tried to get it back in deep, intercepted by Mayich, who springs Dever, but the puck rolled off the end of his stick. Brad Horner with it. There's Mr. Versatility for the 67's. Done everything asked of him by Dave Cameron and the coaching staff. He'll play forward, he'll play defense, he'll play goal if he has to.
I don't know about that.
Well, give him the equipment.
He might, if you asked him.
Give him the equipment. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah. That's when guys get hurt. Let's not do that. They don't need any more injuries this year. If you have a look at Brad Horner and the rest of the defensive crew on the bench. Paul Stojkovic in the nice red jacket tonight, leading that.
Now, Paul's a colorful character. As Foster waved out of the circle, Ekberg moves in to take the draw against Ethan Procession. Hard back to the line. Morelli across for Brady. His wrister through the blue paint. No damage done as the puck rings around the boards all the way down the ice, and the Battalion make changes while the play goes on. Morelli's pass up the left wing side. Ekberg rink wide. Brady with some speed moves in. Fired that right on. And then is slammed into the end boards. McIver there to make the save and not allow a rebound, which is going to be so important here in the third period.
Yeah, it certainly is, as Josh Brady gets up after that spill after getting that shot off. Goes hard into the boards. Kind of see it right there, but he bounced up right away. Looked like he might have been favoring his left shoulder, but seems to be okay. He's still out there.
Face off to the left of McIver in the North Bay net. Clean win there by Zach Weigel. Bronson Ride with it. Near side for Terrien. Ridden out of the play nicely by Whitehead. Puck comes to the Ottawa line. Bounces over the stick of Frankie Morelli. He sends it to the far side off the end boards. Weigel there for possession. Centering pass there. And Terrien tipped that one wide of the target. Here's Weigel. Goes rink wide for possession. His shot hits a body in front. Bouncing puck right to Jacob Terrien. Down low for possession along the boards. Back out to the point. Kapagiritis. His shot goes off a stick wide of the net. North Bay able to maintain possession inside the 67 zone. Weigel and Morelli battle. Weigel off the end boards into the skates of Terrien. And then Hubin hit Terrien, but his momentum took him into the end boards and he's slow getting up.
Yeah, Zach Hubin took the worst of that. Terrien and Dietz are going to go at it now, dropping the gloves. Hubin still down on the ice. They don't have a trainer over there. Terrien takes down Dietz. Now they're able to get Mackenzie Kopp over there to have a look at Zach Hubin, but Terrien, not a very big guy. You can see him. But that enough to charge up his teammates. Big hit on Zach Hubin, and then drops the mitts with Caleb Dietz and takes him down. Will this be a momentum turner for the Battalion?
All of this happening at the 2:08 mark of the third period as Caleb Dietz and Jacob Terrien continue to converse, let's say.
And Zach Hubin has made his way off the ice into the 67's dressing room. Hopefully he's all right. And I'm wondering if Caleb Dietz might get an extra 2 here for instigating. Referee's talking to Pinelli, and Pinelli's having words for him. Nothing up on the clock just yet. So maybe they didn't give him anything.
Just the 5 each for fighting.
No, he's getting an instigator. It's going up on the clock right now. I just heard Pinelli tell Dave Cameron. Sean Kingwell going to go over to serve that 2-minute minor.
So North Bay will go on the power play and couldn't come at a more opportune time for the Battalion in this hockey game. Trailing 2-0. With 17:52 remaining here in the third period.
This is a huge moment in this game for North Bay. Ottawa's got to do a perfect job here on the penalty kill.
North Bay wins the draw. Jacob LeBlanc for Wellenreiter. Here's Jacob LeBlanc, top of the umbrella for Shamar Moses. Top of the circle, doesn't shoot. Back to the point. There's a chance. Centering pass out in front by Andrew LeBlanc. Missed. Precision. Can't make a play. Puck comes out in front of the Ottawa goal, and Horner sends it 200 feet.
Smart little play there, getting the puck to the open man in the middle of the ice, and they were able to clear it all the way down and force North Bay to come back 200 feet.
Wellenreiter drops it for possession. He leaves it there for Jacob LeBlanc. LeBlanc sets up, fire down one, tipped in front, they score! Ethan Procession gets the Battalion back within a goal.
His 31st of the season, coming on the power play. And again, we talked about maybe a momentum changer, and it certainly will be as North Bay gets on the board. And you see Procession in the middle of your screen moving off to the right, and he's wide open. That shot coming in from the point, and a good little tip. Good hand-eye coordination from Procession, and they've broken the donut.
On Family Day, the 67's were down a goal. They tied it up and took a 2-1 lead before the Battalion came back and won that one 3-2 in the third period. Is it going to be deja vu all over again? Avila. Across for Josh Brady. Pass up the middle. Parker Vaughn sends it all the way into the Ottawa zone. Little confusion out there. Vaughn with the shot. Another chance, and he fired that one off the leg of Brady wide. Jacob LeBlanc sends it in. Moses knocks the puck loose. Andrew LeBlanc, rink wide for Ride, back for LeBlanc. Andrew LeBlanc tried to go rink wide. Pinelli got a stick on it, knocked it back to neutral ice, forcing the Battalion back on side. Brady up the left wing boards. Foster creating some space for himself, starts the rush up his off wing. Foster inside the zone, tried to move the puck for Giroux on the left wing, didn't work, but Horner brought it back in. The whistle sounds and the 67's called on the offside.
That was pretty close. Brad Horner just wasn't able to get his stick on it in time. Charlie Millen right there to make the call on the line. As the 67's will make changes now, get some fresh legs out there.
Chase Yanni and Ryder Carey jostling for position on the wing. Win by the Battalion. Up the middle, Smith gets around Horner. Smith, sharp angle shot kicked away by Nelson. Caden Kelly for Chris Baras. Baras knocked to the ice, brings the puck over the line, but the Battalion chop it right back out. Mayich, near side, feeds it in. Puck rings around the boards. Yanni knocks it down. Baras has it. Finds Mayich. Mayich plays it to the open wing. Caden Kelly after it. Manzo sends it up the boards. Carey tries to knock it back to center. He's successful. Baras onto the stick of Horner. Back up the middle for Mayich. Mayich over the line. Instead of shooting, tried to feed a little pass in for Yanni. Nice kick play by Kelly to keep it alive. Penalty coming to the Battalion. Manzo touches it up, and Ottawa will go on the power play.
It's going to be a slashing call as Kapagiridis slashed the stick out of the hands of Chase Yanni. And after giving up a power play goal, the 67's now have a man advantage for the next couple of minutes. Giroux, Foster, Ekberg, Mayich, and Pinelli out there for the home side.
Procession, Manzo, Bronson Ride, and Lara Mamadovsky. Or make that Zach Weigel out there. Trying to kill off this 67's man advantage. Giroux moves into the circle against Procession, and the linesmen don't like the way these teams are lining up for the face-off. Procession tossed, and Weigel moves in. Clean win by Giroux, back for Mayich. Across for Pinelli, finds Ekberg. Ekberg into the middle, Mayich fired that one high and wide. Funny bounce off the end glass to the line. Pinelli couldn't control it, and the 67's forced back. Pinelli, rink-wide pass onto the stick of Cooper Foster, plays it back for Ekberg. Ekberg finds Mayich. Pinelli with some space, moves in, fired that one, and Ride got a stick on it, deflected it high off the target. There's a miss on the one-timer by Pinelli, but the 67's control. Pinelli into the middle, leaves it for Mayich. Mayich down low, Giroux back out. Mayich top of the circle for Pinelli at the point. His wrister right on, and McIver saw it all the way in.
Yeah, Pinelli likely wants that one back as McIver was able to see that one all the way in. There was no traffic in front of the net. And he shot that one right into his chest with no rebound coming out, but the 67's moving the puck around freely on this power play. So far, they just have to figure a way to beat Mike McIver.
Second unit out there. Whitehead, Barlas, and Kingwell with Brady on the points, and there's a steal for Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter moving in, one-on-one. Nelson says no.
Great job by the 67's On the back check, it was Nick Whitehead.
Amidovsky goes far side for Bronson Ride. Ride, rink-wide pass into the skates of Amidovsky, tried to play it off the carom. Just unable to. 67 start back. Baras bounces it back for Josh Brady. Brady over the North Bay line. Little collision there. Amidovsky with possession finds Bronson Ride, and he delivers the puck the length of the ice with 23 seconds left in the Ottawa power play.
Yeah, good job on the back half of this penalty kill for the Battalion. Ottawa not able to get set up in the offensive zone.
Luca Pinelli with some speed over the North Bay line, forced wide by Greer. In behind the Battalion net for Barless. Back out in front, that ripper from Brad Horner. Stopped by McIver.
Yeah, just as the penalty winds down, 3 seconds left on the clock. And let's have a look, if we can, at that rush. Watch here, Wellenreiter in all alone, but look at Nick Whitehead. And Josh Brady getting in there. But it was Jaden Nelson with the big glove hand. Followed Wellenreiter all the way and let Wellenreiter make the move. Nelson nice and calm, pushing from his right to his left, and had that glove hand in the perfect spot.
Pinelli right off the draw, funny bounce back out in front, they score! Cooper Foster finds it, and the 67's lead this one 3-1.
Well, that is a massive goal for Cooper Foster, and this line giving Dave Cameron everything tonight. Off the faceoff, Foster wins it, shot on net, Pinelli there. Puck bounces around, and Foster in the perfect spot with a wide open net, and he does not miss his 17th of the season. And the 67's increase the lead to 3-0.
Foster's been trying to find his groove since he returned from injury, and it looks as if this week is going to be really, really good for him.
Well, they need Cooper Foster to really get going down the stretch here.
Puck played back into the North Bay zone. Ride spins away from a couple of checks and sends Moses. Moses back up the middle, Potsy out there. Here's Jack Dever for Nick Whitehead. Whitehead plays the puck to the open wing. Gerrois takes it off his skates, fired that one, and he hit the side of the net. Ride up for Moses. Moses plays it into the Ottawa zone. North Bay changing defenseman as Parker Vaughn spills in the far corner. Picks it up. Vaughn trying to spin away from Frankie Morelli. Vaughn draws the penalty, and North Bay will have the man advantage when we return. 12:28 left to go here in the third period. Ottawa leading by 2. You're watching Ottawa 67's hockey.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Get front row seats to Music and Beyond's unforgettable summer festival. Experience world-class concerts, mesmerizing performances, and much more. Music and Beyond presents a new season on Rogers TV.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
Was that tripping? Tripping?
Landscape, situé près de la porte numéro 3.
Devens penalized for the next 2 minutes for a tripping call against Frankie Morelli.
I think they're going to call this one holding, Dan, actually, after looking at it. Frankie Morelli will be in the penalty box, and North Bay again with an opportunity with the man advantage to try to cut the lead back down to just 1.
Loose puck off the draw. Procession finds Terrien. Jacob LeBlanc Back for Tarian along the wall. Back out for LeBlanc at the left point. His shot goes off a stick into the far corner. Tarian scooping up the loose puck. It ends up on the stick of Jack Dever. He'll kill some time and send the puck the length of the ice.
And my mistake, I forgot North Bay had gotten on the board. It's a 3-1 game, not 3-0.
Shamar Moses plays the puck to the right wing side. Precision trying to drive through, and Cooper Foster's going to get called for hooking. So the 67's had the 5-on-3 advantage in the first period, or the second period rather, and now the North Bay Battalion will have that luxury as Cooper Foster goes off for hooking.
So a real good chance now for North Bay to get back to it. And not sure what the Battalion are yelling at. Actually, I do know what they're yelling at, as Paul Stojkovic had his 3 guys over at the bench as he was diagramming the 5-on-3 for his penalty killers.
Clean win, but nobody in between the points. Forces the Battalion back into their own zone. Jacob LeBlanc feeds it in, and that's icing against North Bay.
Well, that's a huge mistake, because that's going to kill off a lot of time on the clock.
Minutes.
Now Ottawa trying to get a little time before the puck drops, and North Bay did the same thing. They got a couple of their power play guys over the benches for a little reminder.
Minute 7 left in the holding penalty to Frankie Morelli. Minute 47 left to go in the hooking call against Cooper Foster. Puck sent right back in. McIver leaves it for Jacob LeBlanc. LeBlanc drops that back for his brother Andrew. Andrew inside the Ottawa zone. Plays it around the boards far side for Tarian. Tarian top of the circle, leaves it for Moses. Moses and LeBlanc play catch. LeBlanc for Andrew LeBlanc. Centering pass, Precision had a chance to shoot, opted to pass it, looking for Tarian. 67's able to clear the zone. Tarian takes it, drops it up the middle for Precision. Precision for Shamar Moses. Moses moves into the slot, sends it in for Tarian, scores! Off the stick of Horner. And the Battalion back within one, certainly taking advantage of the power play this evening.
Well, and the bigger thing is that they score with 10 seconds left to go on Morelli's penalty, so that leaves them 50 seconds on the power play still. Watch here as the puck goes down low, right to Tarian, goes right to the net, deflects right off of Horner's stick, right to the top of the net and behind Jaden Nelson, and it's a 3-2 game.
Lucky 13th of the season for Jacob Tarian. And North Bay back within a goal. Greer scoops up the puck. 43 seconds remaining in the hooking penalty to Cooper Foster. Greer drops that off for Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter inside the Ottawa zone looking for Vaughn. The pass too far for him, and Dever scoops it up and sends it down the ice.
20 seconds left to go. It's last rush here for the Battalion.
Greer tried to make a play. Josh Brady got in the way. Send it down the ice with 10 seconds remaining in the North Bay man advantage. Parker Vaughn at center. Gets around Ekberg, moves it to the far side, and Vaughn just a step anxious, called on the offside.
Well, they did what they needed to do. They got a goal in the 5-on-3 to close the gap, and now they can really put their foot on the gas pedal and try and get Ottawa in panic mode. And the 67's need to stay calm. They're ahead in this game. They've been playing very well so far. They just have to get back at it when they get back to 5-on-5.
Manzo sends it in. Brady chops it up the wing. Foster leaves it there for Ekberg. Comes Near side for Mayich. Mayich, his pass chipped into the North Bay zone by Foster. He goes after it against Bronson Ride. Pinelli's picking up the puck in the near corner. Ride with that long reach knocked the puck away from him, but the 67s gained possession. Pinelli back to the point. Horner fired that one right on. McIver grabs it and holds it for another face-off inside the North Bay zone.
Yeah, again, I think you'll see here that McIver has a clear line of sight to this puck as Horner lays into one from the middle of the ice. But nothing for McIver to see but that rubber disc flying towards him, and he makes the good stop, doesn't allow a rebound, and nothing left for the 67s to go at.
Clean win by the 67s. Morelli chops it in deep. All the way around the boards for Ride, off the end boards for Jacob LeBlanc. Near side, comes up, tipped in there by Wellenreiter. Amadowski loses control. Kingwell picks it up for Ottawa. Kingwell up the middle, moves in, fired that one. Didn't get a lot on it. It went wide on the glove side of Mike McIver. Amadowski kicks it up to his forehand, starts away, drops it into the skates of Potsy. He can't make a play. Bumped off the puck by Baras. 67s gained possession once again. Kingwell tried to get it up to his forehand, but was met there by Wellenreiter. Puck hit off the glass or a stick, and the faceoff will come all the way back to center ice.
8:30 to go. And North Bay certainly going to be turning up the heat for sure to try and tie this one up. This is a huge game. It's either a 3-point lead for North Bay if the 67s win, or a 7-point deficit for Ottawa if North Bay can come back and win. That's, of course, if this game ends in regulation.
Centering pass goes through the slot all the way down the ice. McIver for Ride. Up the boards. Weigel finds precision. He's knocked to the ice. Jack Dever there to check him off the puck, and Mayich moves it up for Giroux. Giroux cuts back into the middle, trying to create some space, and moves it up for Horner. Finds Whitehead on the left wing side. The open wing for Giroux. Penalty coming to North Bay. Tries to jam it in the short side. They touch it up, and Ottawa will go on the man advantage with 7:48 left to go here in the third period of a one-goal hockey game.
It's going to be Jacob Terrien for slashing, as Will Giroux is coming out of the defensive zone with the puck and fights through that slash of Terrien and was able to get the puck up the ice, and the 67s had a good little chance there, and it was Giroux who got to the far post. But now, again, another man advantage, 7:48 to go in the third period. 2 minutes will come off the clock, or a little bit less if they score one. It's either a 4-2 lead, or there's less than 6 minutes to go on the clock.
The penalty coming at the 12-12 mark of this third frame. Puck not dropped fairly. They'll do it all over again. Foster, Ekberg, Giroux up front with Mayich and Pinelli on the points for this power play. Bronson Ride picks it up. Pinelli keeps the puck alive at the line. Goes down the wing for Giroux. He kicks it up for Pinelli, who sends it all the way around the boards to the near corner. Amadowski trying to move it up the boards. Here's Giroux. Gets it back to the point for Mayich. Mayich along the wall for Foster. Back for Mayich. Pinelli getting the shot ready. Here's Pinelli on the far side. Back into the middle for Mayich for Pinelli. Pinelli down low. Here's Giroux. Giroux all the way across. Ekberg for Foster. Foster in behind the North Bay net. Here's Ekberg. Moves in. Fired that one. And a right shoulder stop by McIver. Puck chopped to the line. Mayich can't control it. And it's scooped up by Bronson Ride, who feeds it in deep. North Bay making changes while the play goes on. Minute 7 left to go in this Ottawa power play. There's a giveaway. Weigel moves in, the backhand, stopped by Jayden Nelson.
Well, certainly don't need any defensive miscues while on the power play. And Will Giroux coming to the bench, not very happy with himself. It does a nice job of stretching out to really take away the opportunity for Zach Weigel, who's looking to score the shorty to tie this game up.
Ottawa controlling off the draw. Josh Brady with it. He'll skate it up. 50 seconds remaining in the North Bay penalty. Whitehead for Baras. Baras looked over just enough to lose control of the puck. And now it's a steal by Andrew LeBlanc. He moves in, gets the forehand right on goal. Nelson stopped it and then scooped up the rebound.
Well, the two best chances so far on the 67's power play have gone the other way. And that man right there, Jaden Nelson, has had to come up with two pretty good stops. There's the second one. And Ottawa's going to have to figure this out. 36 seconds to go with the man advantage.
Ekberg drops it off for Mayich. He'll start up ice. Less than 30 seconds remaining. Mayich, far side, sends it in. Knocks it away from Bronson Ride. Gets it back. Goes far side. Pinelli. Rink wide for Foster off the boards. Foster makes a move. Gets it back to the point for Ekberg for Pinelli. Pinelli stops. Looks for a shooting lane, fired that one off the leg of Bronson Ride, and then sends it in deep with a funny bounce. Giroux was sniffing around, but Mike McIver got on top of it beforehand.
Well, Mike McIver's been excellent all night long. As Will Giroux looks to atone for that mistake earlier on. To keep the puck in at the blue line does Pinelli. And then it gets to the front of the net. Giroux just not able to get anything on that, get the tip.
Clean win by the 67's, but that'll do it for the power play as Therrien steps out of the penalty box. Mayich knocked off the puck by Parker Vaughn. Mayich plays it around the boards behind his goal all the way around. Carey can't make a play. 67's able to exit their zone. Baras up the left wing side. Couldn't get past Jacob LeBlanc. There's a chance. Fired wide there by Caden Kelly. Bouncing puck at the North Bay line. Baras couldn't get it in deep. Jacob LeBlanc gains possession, flips it to the Ottawa line, right to Josh Brady. Across for Horner. Almost had his pocket picked by Parker Vaughn. Back comes Chase Yanni into the middle for Baras. Puck is loose. Yanni had his stick tied up by Jacob LeBlanc. Kapajaritis on the far side. Carey flips it high off the glass down the ice, and the Battalion make changes while the play goes on. 4:45 remaining here in the third period. Ottawa holding on to a one-goal lead. Whitehead makes a move around Greer. Here's Giroux. Instead of shooting, Whitehead gets a chance, and McIver got a stick on it to deflect it wide. Amadovsky back the other way. Cutting in and out. Amadovsky fired that one. Didn't miss by much on the stick side. Here's Whitehead with a chance. Fire, wagon hockey, Whitehead stops, centers it. Giroux couldn't control it. Peels it back. Dever all the way around the boards behind the North Bay net into the corner for Mayich. Mayich centering past Dever, back out in front, ends up on the point. Morelli fired that one into the glove of Mike McIver, and with 4:01 left to go, you do not want to go anywhere, folks. Ottawa leading 3-2.
Are you a content creator looking to expand your audience and make your voice heard in your community? Rogers TV wants to provide you with a platform to share your hobbies, interests, and stories for free. Visit us to find out more.
Any player, regardless of draft status, that plays in the Ontario Hockey League is entitled to a minimum scholarship of tuition, books, and compulsory fees per year played in the OHL. The player's annual scholarship is based on the value of tuition, books, and compulsory fees at the university closest to their home. This is also true for U.S.-born and import players who will receive the identical scholarship criteria but adjusted to reflect their native currency.
Well, great action at both ends. Ottawa swarming there for a little while, and here's the play. Watch Whitehead get it to Giroux. He tries to go across, and it bounces back to Whitehead, and he gets a good one-timer off. McIver had to be sharp with that left pad stop.
Sends it back in deep. Jacob LeBlanc plays it up the boards on the near side. Procession to the line, not out. Off the stick of Ekberg. Ride gets it to the line. Onto the stick of Therrien, who couldn't find anybody in his colors. Foster intercepted and sent it in deep. 3:35 left to go here in the third period. Far side, Weigel chops it into the middle. Procession plays it in. Horner ties up Weigel. Puck loose, scooped up by Ekberg. Ekberg, weak pass, gets it up the middle for Pinelli, and Pinelli able to get it to neutral ice. Ride, back up the middle, intercepted by Horner. Horner inside the zone and outside the zone. Sends it in. 67's forced back on side with 3 minutes left on the clock. There's LeBlanc. Goes down the ice. This may be icing, and it is. So we'll have a face-off deep in the North Bay zone with 2:51 left to go.
Well, North Bay arguing that that puck hit the stick of the forward that was at the blue line. But to no avail, as this face-off will come down deep to the right of McIver. There you see Jaden Nelson at the other end, trying to stay loose and focused. 2:51 on the clock. The 67's ahead by a goal.
Andrew LeBlanc against Baras. North Bay controlling off the draw. Here's Bronson Ride. Near side, Jacob LeBlanc goes rink wide for his brother. All the way up for Shamar Moses to the line. Parker Vaughn for Andrew LeBlanc. There's Kingwell. Moves it up, finds Barlas on the open wing. Barlas backhands it into the North Bay zone and goes after it. Greer doesn't make a play on it. Puck comes back to the line. Avila has his pocket pick. Moses moves the puck back into neutral ice. Parker Vaughn has to wait for men to get back on side. LeBlanc had the puck bounce over his stick, and Chase Yanni has it. He goes wide. Gets around the other number 16. Yanni still at the North Bay line. Wilson for Kent Greer. Greer rink wide. Laird couldn't make a play. Gets the puck. Moves it back for Zach Wilson. Back for Laird up the left wing side. Finds Potsy. Sharp angle shot. And Nelson holds on with 1:50 left to go here in the third period.
Well, with an offensive zone draw now for the Battalion, you've got to wonder if they're going to take McIver out of the net. They're going to call a timeout right now and rest their guys, get the 6-on-5 play. I'm sure they're going to pull McIver. Right now, it's still no motion. He's still in the net, but now he's coming towards the bench. But I don't know if he'll stay on it or go back in the net. With 1:50 to go, though, in an offensive drone draw, you've got to imagine that he will come out of the net
with so much on the line.
It looks like he's coming to the bench. Just stepped on there, so it'll be 6-on-5. And the 67s you see there, Paul Stojkovic diagramming their defensive structure that he wants to see. So a big push coming now from the Battalion as they try to tie this one up.
Barlas, Foster, Morelli, Mayich, and Horner out there for the 67s. Therrien, Amadowski, Shamar Moses, Jacob LeBlanc, Andrew LeBlanc, and Ethan Precision out there for the North Bay Battalion. Face off to the right of Jaden Nelson. Therrien moves it back to the point. Jacob LeBlanc for Moses, rink wide, far side, Therrien. Far point, LeBlanc and Terrien play catch. 67's trying to close off the middle. Terrien gets that one toward the net. Morelli there to block it with his right skate. Pushes it up for Foster for Baras. Scores! The 67's 2-goal advantage restored with 1:28 left to go.
Well, Chris Barlas finds the back of the net. His 10th of the season, and it comes off that broken play right there as the stick of Jacob Terrien snaps in half on that shot attempt. And the 67's able to clear the puck up the ice, get it to Barlas, who finds the open net. And it's a 4-2 lead in this must-win game for the Ottawa 67's.
Kingwell moves into that right wing position. Morelli tried to get it out. Potsy knocked it down. Wellenreiter trying to spin away from the check of Majic. Puck loose onto the stick of Potsy. Can't get the shot away. And the 67's able to get it outside the zone. Here's a chance for Giroux. Scores! Faked the shot. Went to the backhand and put it between the legs of Mike McIver, and it's 5-2 Ottawa.
Well, and I was watching to see if they were going to get McIver out of the net, and they just let him stay in there. And the 67's got control of the puck. And you'll see Giroux poke it through, get it back right there, and he goes down, shot fake through the wickets. And it's a 5-2 lead with 1:06 left to go on the clock.
27th of the season for Will Giroux, and that should just about ice it with 60 ticks of the clock remaining. Carey, there's a chance, kicked out by Nelson, the rebound, steered wide by Nolan Laird. Here's Avila. Plays it into the North Bay zone. McIver. Kapagiritis moves it up the middle. Laird, little saucer for Carey. Over the Ottawa line. Quick shot there by Smith. Blocked by Avila. Loose puck picked up by Jack Dever. Dever off the end boards for Avila. 25 seconds remaining here in the hockey game. Dever kicks it up to his forehand, trying to create some space for himself, and plays it deep into North Bay territory.
3 stars, Mike.
Time for one more rush. Kapagiritis, his shot, tipped off the boards down the ice, and that will just about do it as Josh Brady picks it up. He'll hang on to it. The horn will sound, and Ottawa wins this 4-point contest and gives themselves a better chance of filling out that 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference of the Ontario Hockey League.
Well, a huge victory for the Ottawa 67's here tonight. Tough one for the Battalion. They stayed in it for a while, but I think fatigue caught up to them. They played last night. They played 5 games in the last week, so a tough stretch of games for North Bay, but the 67's came out to play tonight. And they get the victory as they salute the home crowd and cut the deficit to 3 points for that 8th and final spot.
North Bay had some pressure, really cashing in on the power play with 2 power play goals in that 3rd period, but just not enough to beat the 67's on this night. Shots on goal in that 3rd period by the 67's, 12 for a 3-period total of 34. For the North Bay Battalion, 9 for a game total of 22. Just not enough to get past the Barber Poles in this one. A great hockey game if you're a 67's fan, as they walk away with a 5-2 victory here in the nation's capital. Don't go anywhere, folks. Rowan McCarthy coming back to wrap things up after the break.
OHL on Rogers TV.
Hello, I'm Liz Dowdswell, Lieutenant Governor of Ontario. In 2008, carbon monoxide, a deadly invisible gas, killed an entire family in our province. That tragedy led to a new law requiring homes with potential CO sources to have alarms. John Gignac's family members passed away that day, and he shares his story to save others.
Please make sure you have working CO alarms in your home. Protect your family today.
Hi, I'm Ian Taylor, Director of Hockey Development with Ontario Minor Hockey. Today we look at tight turns.
The tight turn requires a deep knee bend with weight distributed as evenly as possible on both skates. Pressure should be kept on the outside edge of the lead foot and inside edge of the following foot. To turn tighter, open up the inside foot and put more pressure on the outside edge. The exit phase allows the player to cross over with power after the turn and accelerate in a new direction. It's also crucial to protect the puck. Controlling the puck to the outside of your body and keeping your body between the puck and your opponent. Less is more when it comes to controlling the puck through a tight turn.
Check out more Chalk Talk episodes on Rogers TV and more drills and resources at omha.net.
Very good.
Welcome back to 67's Hockey on Rogers TV. Ottawa wins this one by a score of 5-2. Your three stars in this one: Cooper Foster, the third star, Luca Pinelli, the second star, and Philip Ekberg with a pair of goals gets the first star. And I'm joined by the captain, Luca Pinelli, after this game. Luca, obviously a very important game for your team. You could feel the energy in the building. Seems like you guys responded to it really well.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it was good. Big game for us. Nice to pull out that win. Everyone showed up for this game, so we just got to keep it moving forward.
You guys are heading into a tough couple of weeks here. You've got big opponents, but they're big games. You're trying to make that final playoff spot, and you're going to see North Bay again. What does this team need to focus on in the coming weeks as you guys make this run?
I think we just got to stick to our game like we did tonight, on them, making plays. I thought it was really good, so no matter the opponent, it's do or die for us right now, so we got to keep on going.
You're a person who's been in do-or-die situations with Ottawa before. You've known them in the playoffs and the regular season. What are you telling your teammates that they need to sort of remember in these situations?
Stay calm and cool. I think, just keep on playing our game. We can't get too fired up for these games, but obviously you want to have a little juice coming into it. But just playing our game and not getting unfocused.
Another solid night for you with 3 assists. You were working with Ekberg and Foster. How did that line sort of gel together? You haven't played a ton of time together this year.
Yeah, it was a good night for us. Obviously, we had a quick transition game today, so we were moving it well, and obviously some nice finishes from the guys, so that was good.
Looking ahead to Sunday, you've got Windsor. They're a big team with a couple of big scoring forwards like Greentree and Protas. What do you do to keep those guys in check?
Just stay above them. Good defense and then an elite offense. So, obviously 2 good players. So, just staying on them would be good.
All right, well, thank you very much, Luca, and congrats on the win.
Yeah, thank you.
That was Luca Pinelli, captain of the Ottawa 67's. Ottawa takes this one by a score of 5-2. Looking ahead to the next broadcast of 67's Hockey on Rogers TV. It's going to be on Sunday, March the 2nd. That's got a 2 p.m. start on it. And as mentioned, the Windsor Spitfires will be in town, led by Ilya Protas and Greentree as well in that one. Thank you so much for joining us on behalf of myself, Dan Mooney, Colin Zappia, and the rest of our phenomenal Rogers crew. We want to thank you for joining us, and we hope we will have you in attendance on Sunday for when the Ottawa 67's host the Windsor Spitfires. Have a good night, everyone.
the way I thought it would. But, you know, I tried it a few times, you know, and then in summer camp in Six Nations where I grew up, it was for kids. It's called the Red Barn, and they had soapstone carving there. So I was introduced to soapstone carving there, and I just kept at it through the years, and you know, try when I get a chance, and I would try and someone to give me some soapstone. Because where I come from, my community, there's a small group of carvers that do soapstone carving, and so I did that, and I was 15 when I sold my first piece, and so that was pretty exciting. I think I got $35 for a little Indian head, which I was pretty excited about, and I just kept going, and because people would give me compliments about my work, and oh, well, I'm pretty good. And I kept, you know, and I'd sell my